Hello viewer, hope the day is treating you right. Today I'm gonna play some Space Haven. According to the Steam logs, the last time I played this one was over 2.5 years ago. It was in early access then. It's in early access now, but it is on the beta too, which actually gave us a brand new game mode. In the normal mode, you have a spaceship and a crew, and you're just going around, managing your day-to-day, scrapping derelicts, and all that. And now we get to play as a space station, which probably isn't that much of a difference. I mean, what is a station but a ship that is stationary? I got through the tutorials real quick. Well, real quick for me. It was still over an hour. This game has some rather extensive tutorials. Now I know enough not to embarrass myself here. So, we're gonna be role-playing as a station. Expand gradually by mining nearby asteroids, trading with visiting merchants. Watch tourists come visit your station and defend it from factions wanting what is yours. That sounds nice. I don't really know many games off the top of my head that actually let you play as a space station. Okay, we can start on an asteroid. Focus first on facilities needed for survival and expand your station gradually. These two texts are almost identical. It's a little weird to be reading stuff twice, but okay. For beginners, learn the game mechanics in the basic platform scenario in the normal game mode before trying this one. So the game kinda expects you to already know what to do. Well, like I said, I did play the tutorial, so how hard can it get? We could also start in space, start with migration containers and shuttles, and select your spot on an asteroid. Okay, so we do get to pick our starting spot. But I'm guessing we are quite defenseless until we set up. Let's go with the basic asteroid start. We get to select a difficulty. I think it's okay going with medium. And this is what we're getting. We're gonna get some hints. We have 6 crew in the beginning. And a craft in the hangars, otherwise you have to build it for yourself. We start with some resources. Couple guns. Combat stimulant. Looks like the starting sector is going to be empty. And it looks like there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can tweak if you want to play in a custom game. We also got a random seed in games that have it. I always randomize it exactly 7 times, which just feels lucky, so there we go. Next we have our starting crew. This part is kinda like RimWorld. Everyone has their attributes and their skills. We can randomize all of these. Let's see what we got. We start with an electrician, a lab technician. So while electrician is good for constructing an industry, our lab technician is gonna be, of course, very much research focused. That's nice. We're gonna need at least one of those. We have a prize fighter who looks like he's gonna be all out for weapons, which we are going to need, at least in the normal game, when we are hunting aliens on derelicts and asteroids. And of course we have a farmer with botany skill. Since we are out in space, we're going to have to grow all the food we eat, and he has an iron stomach. He's not affected by spoiled or disgusting food, but drinks more than average and doesn't use the toilet as much. Interesting. We also got a material mover who's good at construction and industry and a bit of medical, strangely enough. And finally we have a security guard who has bloodlust. Okay, over here we have the team skills, and because we are a station, we're actually gonna be needing people with these skills, which we do have. So everything is okay. Let's start it then. Starvation takes a longer time to resolve, and sure, there's a more long-term stable access to food, and that the crew members have enough leisure time to be able to eat. Okay. So our first task here is to build a tools facility. If we don't have one, we're not gonna be able to build any of the other stuff. So this is the asteroid that we are on. There's a bunch of salvage and mining spots. Oh, and we also get some bigger salvageable stuff. And a couple of aliens, it looks like. Oh wow, look at how far you can zoom in. Very nice. I love the sprite work in this game. Almost makes me forgive how long the devs are sitting on each and every one of these updates. Looks like we also got some. Are these aliens or are these probes? I can't tell. We will see. Probably have to send someone out in a spacesuit to fight these guys. So this is the beginning of our station. We have some asteroid rock over here. So expanding this way is not going to be ideal. We will see how that goes. We have a shuttle and 3 pot hangers with 2 builders and 1 miner. And we have a large storage. This is actually what it looks like. We're just keeping the roof off. And I think this way looks better. You can actually see the back walls here. So first we do a tools facility. Gives a little bit of negative comfort. Workstations usually have negative comfort, and you have to balance that with better sleeping quarters and leisure places. And we do have a whole bunch of overlays, just like in RimWorld, or oxygen not included. I never could get into that game, by the way. It's probably my brain is not wired correctly for that. I sometimes try and just get overwhelmed with that one. Maybe this is better. Okay, we should be also thinking. Eventually we're going to have to build walls to actually build rooms, separating especially the noisy machines are going to be only beneficial for our people. And let's just put this here. Unlike in many other colony sims, you are actually able to move buildings for free. I really appreciate that. We also got a platform here, which is where the shuttle will load and unload. Okay, the people are going to automatically build our little tools facility. Next, we're gonna need to build a system core. One of these. So building system cores basically gives you, it's like an allowance. It is how big of a place you can actually operate. I think in the beginning, an X1 core is plenty for us. The next one gives 12 system points. The next two gives 24. There isn't much change in power consumption. So probably at some point we're going to upgrade. But this one is pretty noisy. Gives a bunch of negative comfort, so we might want to put that in a corner somewhere. possibly like this. Okay, and once the tools facility builds enough tools, they're going to get to work. We are low on critical resources, which is Hyperium. Can be refined into hyperfuel. Well, we're not going to be jumping with the station anytime soon, so we can probably ignore that one. We have nowhere to relax. That's a bit more of a problem. Now let's see if we can build a bit of a hull extension. Sort of make a mess hall or something. I wish I remembered where that was. So we kinda need 3 main things at the start. Place to sleep, place to eat, combined with a place to relax. So general kitchen area we can probably expand into here and make it that. Oh, we can build some solar panels. That's nice. The amount of power generated depends on the distance to a system sun. Well, that's not a thing we have any control over whatsoever. Ah, here we go. It was in edit. Duh. Okay. Now, when you're with the ship, there are usually a couple more steps for you to be able to increase the size. Let's see if we can expand the hull a little bit. And as you can see, we can't just build into the rocks here. Kinda want to leave a space. Maybe some corridors or something. I think this is big enough for a dining area. How about that? Just needs a kitchen. Table, couple chairs. Should be good. And after that, probably gonna need a toilet somewhere. We're gonna build some walls and the door over here to separate it. Okay, so leave that for the corridors. And the sleeping area should be maybe here. I don't actually know if you need to leave an empty space for the beds, but this should be enough. We only have 6 people, and now we should just wait. And they made the system core. What's next? Build an Energium power generator. Low capacity power is integrated from the hull, while high capacity power is distributed from power nodes. So power nodes are things we're gonna need to place strategically. It's mostly for bigger fabrication units and life support and the like. So we're probably gonna build another place for them. You see, they got into the builder units and are slowly building the hull up. We're just gonna have to wait. Place a generator here. Maybe I can wall this one off as the generator room. Okay, needs a whole bunch of stuff. And slowly turns Energium into power. Okay, since these ones aren't really used, I'm not sure if it matters where the empty space is. But let's do it like this. After that, maybe we can wall it off. Like so. And put one of these doors. I think the difference here is purely aesthetic. Let's go with this one. These doors have built-in vents, otherwise you have to build vents manually, so the air exchange is good, because we are slowly building up carbon dioxide. We have to be mindful of that. Plus, and we're gonna be needing rooms that we can isolate. Oh, and as you can see, I did something bad. And because of the generator, the temperature is going to keep going up, which is not ideal. So now we need to build a thermoregulator. We can either put it down on the floor or on the walls if you don't have much space. Right here maybe, right next to the generator. Okay, so this is room temperature. And actually these places are dropping. Maybe because building out the station is exposing them to the outside temperature, probably. But there's still a way to go. Yeah, until then. Just gonna wall this section off and put a door. Because this is gonna be the living quarters. And we are actually gonna put some lights down. That actually affects the mood of the people. No one's going to come in here, so we don't need to do that. Next we're gonna build an oxygen generator and the CO2 scrubber. These two are also a little loud, which would mean that it might be good to have their own spaces. I think as soon as they are finished here, the temperature is gonna normalize. We can speed that along. Just need to put another temperature regulator somewhere around here, perhaps. Let's try to make it as unobtrusive as possible. Okay, not much negative comfort, but still a little bit negative. For now, let's just dump everything into the main area. Once we have space, we're gonna be able to redistribute everything. Gas scrubber over here. Oh, no wait, I had plans for this. So let's move it over here actually, because I wanted some walls. This was gonna be the toilet. Which means you are also in the wrong place. But that's okay. Just gonna relocate it real quick. place a kitchen over here. One table over here, and a couple chairs around it. I like how you actually have multiple styles here. So next up, building beds and the toilet. I'm already on it. Gonna put it like here. We have 6 people, but they don't usually eat all at the same time. So we are good, at least for now. Put the mood lighting up here. Okay, we can actually place some bunk beds, which do not actually give as much comfort for sleeping as the singular bed, and obviously costs double. By the way I built it, there isn't actually space. Okay, let's go like this. I do like seeing what I'm doing. Okay, that's gonna be the kitchen. And one door here. Okay. Obviously, no one likes using the bathroom in the dark. And so far so good. I'm actually going to speed things up a little bit. Okay, let's place some bunk beds down here. Oh, the light is in the way. Okay. That was a bit of an unfortunate placement. But we can work with that. Yeah, moving it over here looks like the better option. Because that way we can actually place a couple bunk beds over here. And that would be it for the living quarters. Okay, let's check leisure here. Okay, and we are having a negative here because the tools facility is too close. There is a quick remedy for that. So now we're gonna build a hull stabilizer. And this is... do you even have that? Yeah. Because we're a station, we don't seem to actually be having hull stability. Because when you're playing in normal mode, you do need to hyper jump between sectors, which reduces stability. So it's kinda like a health of your ship, and the hull stabilizer is slowly regenerating that. Not sure why we would need that, and where. But if the game wants to than the game wants to, you know? So, you are in the way. Should be over here. And then we will see how we're doing. And actually what I'm gonna do, set a couple of these for mining. You are a mineable object. Where can I see what you have? Looks like I can't, but it's okay. We do want to keep a little bit of energium supply, because otherwise we would be out of power. Okay, seems like you are going there on foot. Which is weird, because we have a mining pod right over here. Oh well, they probably know what they're doing. So we're gonna need a hull stabilizer. For whatever reason. Well, and I don't really have the space for it. At least it barely affects the comfort levels. So I can theoretically have it out in the open. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to build the hull out a little bit for that one. I think I should leave this space empty. Which would mean maybe here those walls get removed and then it would sit right here. We will see how that goes. Okay, seems like you are finished with the mining. What do you have? I cannot see what you're holding. Ah, basic ore. Okay, so it's just basic ore. I see. How's everything going so far? We have enough power for 42 days. Enough oxygen for 18. And have enough stored food for over 10 days now. But it's not going to last forever, so we're probably gonna build outward a little bit. Get started on some farming. Okay, it's break time for everyone. Not everyone has a place to sit, but it looks like they make do. And we are actually exactly in the space that has positive comfort. So there we go. Oh, right, let's make one more bed. Okay, now everyone would have a place to sleep. And once they are all done relaxing, gonna finish this place. Oh, it is night time. They're all going to sleep. How's the schedule doing? Oh, okay. It is currently early. Everyone's sleeping. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop here. We have been very productive on our first day, if I say so myself. We're going to continue the next time, slowly building out our base. Maybe at some point we even start hunting the aliens here, just to see how that looks. So this is Space Haven. I hope you like it. Do let me know in the comments what you think. I hope you stick around for more. If you watched all the way until the end, then please give the video a like. Really helps me with the algorithm. Do consider subscribing. I have a bunch of other games I play and plan on playing. And I guess I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.